Hey guys, thanks for stopping by to watch one of my many tutorial videos to come. My name is Nikki of Balloon by nikicharmz. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if so, I hope that you subscribe to my channel and like, comment, and share, and let me know what you think of the video and what more you want to see of. Also, you can follow me on my social media platform of Instagram and Facebook at BalloonDNC. Now let's get into the tutorial. Okay, let's get started. First things first, we have to assemble the arch stand, which you see me doing, putting each piece one by one and connecting them until the whole circle is connected and fully assembled. And I will link where I purchased my arch stand from in the description box below. Once the arch is up and steady, we move on to the next step, which is blowing up the balloons. Here I'm showing you all the balloons I've purchased, from high quality professional balloons to balloons that I've purchased on Amazon, all in various sizes of 17-inch, 11-inch, and 5-inch balloons. They'll all be in the description box below. Here I'm counting out my balloons in groups of 8 to create balloon clusters. And these are the 11-inch blue balloons. As I'm blowing up the balloons, I'm letting out some of the air to create a perfect circle, which is ideal for your garlands. After I let the air out, I intertwine the 2 balloons and tie them together to create a dupe. 2 balloons are called a dupe. Here I'm repeating the process to create 4 pairs of dupes to form a cluster. And as you're letting out the air, try to make your balloons various sizes, like some big, some small, just to make your garland look more organic. As I'm tying the 2 balloons together, I'm tying them very closely so that my garland can look very neat. Now I have 2 pairs of dupes that I'm intertwining together to make a quad. And now you'll see me add more pairs of dupes to make a cluster of 8 balloons all together. As you're intertwining your balloons, try to make sure that you're intertwining them very closely and tightly. If you got to wrap it around a couple times just to make it neat. And voila, you just created your first cluster. And I'm just repeating the process of creating 2 more 11-inch blue clusters. Moving on, I'm blowing up some 11-inch and 17-inch pink balloons. I take maybe 2 17 inches, and the rest, which is 6 balloons, will be 11 inches. And I'm just repeating the same process as the blue balloons. And as you're blowing up the 17-inch balloons, you don't want to blow them up too big, but you still want them various sizes to create more dimension. And I'm creating 3 pairs of pink clusters. Now I'm moving on to the custom colored double stuffed balloons, which is baby blue. First thing is to find something pointy. I'm using a chopstick. So you use your first primary balloon and you stuff it with the chopstick. Then you take the secondary balloon and you stuff it into the primary balloon. And there you have it. You'll have your double stuffed balloon. And then you just blow it up the same way how you would blow up a regular balloon. And I'm just letting out some air to create the perfect circle. Now tying a double stuffed balloon could be a little more difficult because it's obviously thicker. So you use the 2 inside balloons that you blew up and you tie those. You see, I'm using the blue ones to tie, not the white. Now I have a pair of dupes. Now you have light blue and baby blue. Intertwining the double stuffed balloons could be a little more difficult, so just wrap twice. Here I'm just repeating the process of the double stuffed balloon, putting pink inside and white on the outside, creating baby pink. Remember to tie the inside of the balloons to make it easier on your fingers. Moving on to my faves, metallics. I have chrome pink and chrome blue. And I'm just repeating the same process as the pink and blue balloons, which is creating clusters of 8 balloons all together. And this is the final color, so altogether you should have 3 clusters of pink, baby pink, and chrome pink, 3 clusters of blue, 4 clusters of baby blue, and 2 clusters of chrome blue. Now on to creating a balloon garland. I know every balloon artist have a different method of creating a balloon garland. I like to tie the necks of the balloon clusters together. Some other methods are using fishing line or using 260 balloons, but I like to tie the necks together. Now this method does require some finger strength. So once you have all your clusters together, we can start creating the garland. So I have one cluster in one hand and another cluster in the next. So I'm reaching in and I'm grabbing the neck of the balloon. Try to look for the longest neck you can find in the cluster. And I'm going in again to find another neck for the cluster to start tying both necks together. And you just need to tie it once, but it does require some finger strength. Once you get the finger strength together, it'll be easy peasy. And you just want to continue this process of creating this garland until you get it to the desired length you're looking for. So I'm moving on to the double stuff balloons. This one requires even more finger strength. It can be a little challenging, but after a few practices, you'll get it together. It takes me a few tries sometimes as well. And I'm just tying it the same way I did the regular balloons. And once you've tied it, you're good to go, and your garland should not be falling apart. Here, I'm just putting all the clusters together to get the desired length I'm looking for. And here's a close-up of my clusters. Here I'm tying the clusters to create one long balloon garland. And that's just my preference to create one long garland. Next step is to attach the garland to the stand. And I'm just going around and just sliding the balloons between the poles. Here's a closer look of how I connect the balloons to the stand. I'm just sliding the balloons on the stand and crossing a few of them so that it's secure. I'm just blowing up an extra balloon to fill a space. And there you have it. You just created your round arch garland. You can stop here if you wanted just a basic garland, or you can add some 5-inch balloons to make it more organic. But since we want the more organic look, I'm adding 5-inch balloon clusters, also known as filler balloons, to the garland. And we blow up the balloons the same way we blew up the 11-inch balloons. I'm just taking 2 pairs of dupes and intertwining them together to create a quad. Once we create the quad, we go on with the 260 balloon, as you see I'm doing, and I'm just wrapping it around, intertwining it, wrapping it around in a figure 8 if you choose, and then I make a knot, as you see. And that's how we create our filler balloons. As we continue with the filler balloons, I choose to use a manual pump. It's your preference if you want to use a manual pump or a electric pump. And I'm just blowing up filler balloons for all the clusters I put together. So for the filler clusters, I should have 3 clusters of pink, 3 clusters of baby pink, 3 clusters of chrome pink, 3 clusters of blue, 4 clusters of baby blue, and 2 clusters of chrome blue. And here I am showing you again how to create custom color baby blue with blue inside of white. You blow it up the same way you blew up the 11-inch balloon. I'm just using a manual pump instead. Remember to release some air to create the perfect circle, and also to tie the insides of the balloons, which is the blue balloon, to make it easier on your fingers. And we take the 2 pairs of dupes and intertwine them to create a mini cluster. And voila, we're ready to start designing the actual garland now. Now this is the fun part where you put your artistry to the test. Here I'm just picking spots and filling in the filler balloons where I see fit, or if I see an open space I may cover it with the filler balloons, but it's all on your preference on how many filler balloons you want in your garland. And I'm just putting a filler cluster for each cluster made. Here's a closer look of me actually adding them in. I pick a spot where I want to, and I take this 260, stretch it out, and wrap it around one of the 11-inch balloons. Wrap it around maybe twice, and then you just pick the spot where you want your cluster to be placed at. I'm doing it once more to show you. I'm wrapping it around once, maybe twice, around the 11-inch balloon, and then I just place the filler cluster where it's needed. Then once I'm done, I step back and take a look at my work, and see if anything needs to be fixed or extra clusters needed to be added in. Once you fix what's needed, I actually take a picture with my phone or camera and see if anything is missing, because you'll be able to see in the picture. It looks good, but I want to cover the legs of the poles. So I'm adding in extra clusters to cover up the legs of the poles, and I am just going in and tying the clusters into the other clusters with my 260 balloon, just wrapping it around and doing it the same way I added the filler balloons. Now here's the final look, and it looks much better with the poles covered. But we're not done yet. Okay, this is the final step of me adding the actual sign to the garland, which is Oh Baby, and it's perfect for any baby shower or gender reveal. Here I am figuring out where I want to place the sign, and once you figure it out, I go in and use fishing line, and that's what I use to hang signs or anything that I do not want visible. So I'm just measuring out a long string of fishing line and making adjustments. You want to make a long piece because you can always cut it. And here I am tying the fishing line to the actual pole, not the balloons. It will make it more sturdier. Once the fishing line is connected, I balance them out on each side. And then I take the sign and connect it to the fishing line, making sure both sides are even. And this neon sign has a hole at the top of it, so I can actually pull the fishing line through it. Make sure you double or triple tie the fishing line to make sure that the sign is secure. And we just completed our first round arch garland together. I hope you guys were able to create with me, and if you did, make sure to tag me on Instagram or Facebook at BalloonDNC. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching my tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, like, share, and subscribe, and tell me how I did in the comments and what more you want to see. Until next time, bye! Mwah.